You get the sense that the country is desperate for someone to show us the way. Not the old way, not the same way, but a new way. Think about this for a minute. What if we pulled all of our troops out of South Korea? They've been there for 50 years, tens of thousands of them. What if we quit worrying about Iran and instead realized that its having a nuclear weapon isn't the end of the world? What if we pulled all our troops out of Iraq, brought them all home? What if we realistically addressed the debt and paid attention to the huge burden we're placing on generations to come? Guess whose ideas these are? And you hardly ever hear his name. This is Republican candidate Ron Paul talking in an interview with the New Hampshire Union leader. Ron Paul, who raised more than $5 million in the third quarter, trailing not far behind fellow Republicans like John McCain and Fred Thompson. Ron Paul, who has a huge internet following. He's a congressman, a physician who's delivered more than 4,000 babies. Ron Paul has been married to the same woman for 50 years, which means he doesn't come to the race with a lot of the assorted baggage that some of the other candidates for the White House do. So here's the question. Should more people be listening to what Ron Paul has to say? Benji writes this from Texas. Absolutely. My fantasy election would be Ron Paul against Dennis Kucinich. In my humble opinion, they're the only candidates who are speaking truth to power. It's a pity we don't have more people willing to stick their necks out like these guys do. Time to wake up, America. John writes from West Virginia, yes, more people should listen. A rarity. A man of principle, integrity, and high values running for president. Exactly what America needs in this day and age. Dick writes from Florida, I must admit I haven't been listening to Ron Paul at all, but after hearing your take, I'll definitely start paying attention. He certainly has a new direction. Wish in Erie, Pennsylvania. As a registered Democrat all my life, I not only plan to vote for Ron Paul, I sing his praises every chance I get. However, inasmuch as the major media have already anointed Hillary and Giuliani, the poor man hasn't a chance. Mike in Cranberry Lake, New York. Yes, more people should listen to Ron Paul. Agree or disagree with his propositions. He's a refreshing change from the other candidates and is unafraid of speaking the unvarnished, unspun, unapologetic truth. One reason his internet following so large is that it's comprised of people who have taken the time to visit his website and read his opinions on the issues. And finally, Steve writes from Pennsylvania, remember the line from the classic Simon and Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence, the line that says the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls. When I hear Ron Paul, sometimes I wonder whether I'm not listening to a latter-day prophet with the way he speaks truth about what our nation has come to. Yes, Jack, a lot more people ought to be listening seriously to Ron Paul.